Hello, I'm Jashykins, and this is an unnamed kitty. Don't have a name for him or her yet. Anyways, this is the synopsis and sneak peek for the latest section and upcoming section of Sushi, and Tanuki, which is an original series by me. It's a fantasy/romance. Okay, the synopsis for the latest section so far is of After the Fall, and what happens in it is that the title comes from, of course, in the last section, Ray Katashi just killed Tanuki and has to now go away from the palace because it's a place he had considered prison for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So Rick goes away, searching for just any random place with his lover, Yamosa, to which in the last section he admitted to himself that he loved, but not to her. And so they find a little farming village, and they stay there for a little bit. And really the whole basis of this section was really building up the relationship between Yamosa and Rig. And there were a couple times where I just teared up in joy after writing them, and then having to edit. So they, there's this sense that Ray gets after a little bit that something is not quite right, something seems to be wrong. And he thinks that Kumi, yes, the one weather goddess from a few sections back, might be after him, and he tells you most of this, and she basically slaps him once she finds out the story between him and Akumi. Yeah. So it's confirmed that at least something is after them when after one day of work he comes back and their room is totally trashed. Is totally trashed. And this, what Rick assumes to be an air elemental, comes and basically warns Rig that he has to leave Japan. Of course, I don't know if Japan was named back then, and while every few sections or so I'll say the location of Japan, I had to, of course, word it differently so that I, say it was Japan without actually saying the name. So that happens, and Yamosa wakes up, and then Rig tells a little lie saying that Yamosa has to travel with him out of Japan if they want to live. But then shortly after that, very short time afterwards, Rig feels guilty and says, basically, listen, you don't have to come, I was lying. And she's like, I figured that part out. What would an air elemental want with me? And so they pack their things and leave. And that's where this section leaves off. One thing that I had worried about this section was that it was too fucking happy. Like, people wouldn't think there was any point of reading because it just seemed so happy. And I'm glad with those people who did continue to read because that's a problem I found personally. And of course, now the sneak peek for those one or two of you who are watching this and actually care. The next section is called Love and Leaving. And yeah, what am I supposed to say besides with that? Oh, yeah, and After the Fall, Rig admits his love for Yamosa to her, and they share a nice long embrace. It was cute. Anyways, next section, love and leaving. It of course refers to Rig's love of Yumosa and Yumosa's love of Rig. And leaving, of course, refers to them leaving Japan. And no, it's not going to be as simple, oh, you're going to just suddenly go up and leave. There is actually going to be something standing in their way. Now, for those of you who haven't read Sushi, Sake, and Tanuki and are wondering where you can read it, you can find it at DeviantArt, AlexaPhoenix.deviantart.com. I have in my gallery, I have Sushi, Sake, and Tanuki sorted by 1 series, 2 section, depending on how you want to search for it. There's that. It's also on my main blog, jashykins.blogspot.com. jashykins.blogspot.com. There is a blog for it specifically, worldofrig.blogspot.com. And it also has a Facebook page, facebook.com/Sushi, Sake, and Tanuki. So yay! I hope for those readers who have read Sushi, Sake, and Tanuki so far, that I hope you're enjoying it and that you continue to enjoy it as the series progresses, and I hope you like the ending I have for the series. And for those readers who were intrigued by this crummy little video to actually start reading Sushi and Sake and Tanuki, I hope you enjoy, and I hope you keep on and are in it for the long haul. And now, with this video, Sushi, Sake, and Tanuki is officially on hiatus until I start it back up again, which could be in a month or 2 at least. And until next video,